Good evening, my brothers and sisters, my friends. Those of you who follow me, follow my posts and my everything. Today is Saturday, isn't it? Evening. Man, this is supposed to be like going out weekend, It's when you're in office, what do you do? TGF. Thanks God, it's Friday, kind of like that. But it's tea more fun, okay? Herbal tea, like this. You got this Chinese herbal tea. You go to the mountainside, my friend. You just appreciate the panoramic landscape, all the mountains of this Chinese, like this Tibet, Eritrea, our land. Beautiful mountains inside, drinking your herbal tea, enjoying life and meditation. Beautiful, isn't it, man? That is misplaced. It's not the right way in the UK, but hey, that's life, Today, I got a new theme. Do you like this? The idea of an eagle soaring like this on the high altitude of the sky with all these cumulus clouds, motherfucker. Eagle, yeah. What did I say? Eagle is a eagle. How many kilometers can eagle see soaring from the skies? See any fish or any things in the sea, and they're big swimmers, So this is this gold hawk. Well, hawk is one of these eagle soaring in the mouth, gliding. The idea of this ancient Horus, this Egyptian mythology, the Egypt airlines is called Horus, isn't it? Anyway, that's not the issue. So today, I feel as you've seen all the posts that I've been posting about this Southeast Asia, countries like this, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, this Pacific Ocean, 40% of the global trade happens to be going around that area, okay? The whole world economy rotates around that area, okay? So you're talking 80% of the world population are there. Big, massive market, consumerism, okay? That's why there's a big thing. Like all these American firms, Europeans, they are relocating, outsourcing all their major manufacturing industrial companies to China, Indonesia, Malaysia, all these people, because these are where the people are. Okay. When you go, so China alone has got how much is it? 1.2 or 1.5 billion population, okay? India, the same thing. So we're talking about 2.5. If we round it up, we're gonna talk about 3 billion. And the Arab world, you're talking 1 billion, okay? 3 plus 1, 4. So add Indonesia, Malaysia, all this Papua Guinea, around the area Pacific, the whole of it, Japan, you're talking about another 1 billion. So 5 billion population out of the whole 8 billion are there, okay? So if you add Africa to 8, how much is it making? 6 billion, almost 6-7 billion. 80% of the global population are situated in the eastern or southern hemisphere, okay? Which means we are the drivers of the whole economy. So we are the right amount. We electrons right at the middle, at the center gravity of economic power, geo-economic power. That's why we electrons are the most strategic people on earth. Okay, that's why we got so much pressure, stress, all this pull factor from the West and from everything. They want to just get a hold of us and control us, so that, if they control us, they control that trade. That's the reason, my friend. Okay? So we have to be extremely, very smart. We have to use our brain, my friend. Okay, not our physique. right here, my friend, okay? So we have to be able to control our land, our way of thinking, our economic outlook, and after all, our geographical, economical center of Eritrea, my friend. My village, Berenet, Adria, Forozula, the whole thing, my friend, okay? That is why we shouldn't lose track of. Because that's where the power is, that's where the economy is, that is where everything is, my friend. The melting spot of the whole world global traffic highway. Right there, my friend. So the Red Sea is a shortcut to get to China, to Indonesia, Malaysia, my friend, Pacific Ocean, to Japan, India, all these Mediterranean countries. You have to pass through the Suez Canal via Egypt, okay, from this Morocco and Spain, really narrow strait, right the Red Sea, my friend. So it makes life, economy, fuel, expenses, maybe I don't know how many, like maybe 10-fold of the money you spend when you are traveling via Cape of Good Hope, South Africa. Okay, that's why we are the most important people. Our geography means money, my friend, money. Big. Okay, that's us. Okay, so you better show you glide and saw your way of thinking. Okay, so I did all this because my point is, like, we Eritreans, the West are trying to make us being kind of like yoked with Ethiopia. Okay, so they control Ethiopia more often. Ethiopia, they made them believe in the system of religion. Ethiopians, they say, hey, Ethiopia is the only country, Christian country, island of Christianity, surrounded by all the Muslim countries and non-believers. Okay, so they're referring to Somalia, Sudan. Okay, so if you go southern Somalia, okay, if you go to the eastern side, Djibouti, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, north. Okay, if you go to the north, Eritrea, half 50-50, half Christian and half Muslim. If you go northwestern Sudan, if you go north, Egypt, the whole area of Ethiopia is surrounded by Islam, Muslim. Okay, and they use this propaganda, okay, because they want funding from the West. Okay, and that is the thing, my friend, because even Ethiopia, within itself, I'm 100% sure 60 to 70% is Muslim. Okay, so that argument is very shaky, and it's gonna make them, it's going to embarrass them, my friend, because it's disabling them, my friend. It's making them prisoners of. I think I'm 100%. That idea is not an Ethiopian idea. It's something that has been implanted by the Europeans, okay, because they want to make them feel so much bigger about themselves. We are the only Christians. At the matter of fact, they don't even Christians, okay? We are more Christians in Eritrea. Anyway, so this economy, okay? The Europeans are trying to make us believe the only way we economically can prosper is because if we yoke ourselves tied to Ethiopia, to white, Amhara, Oromo, all that stuff, okay? Which is completely very dangerous because Ethiopia, all of them added together, they're not 120 million or 130 million, added all of them together, okay? So about the ideas, the vast area space of this Pacific countries, like these Southeast Asians, okay, and they're very smart people. Indonesia, how many is it? 200 million or 300 million population, okay? Compare that to Ethiopia, only Indonesia to 120 million, okay? And especially we Eritreans, we special around Adria, Arat, Berenet, we are right near the sea, okay? So we better cut off all this intellectual, mental prison system that we always look down to Ethiopia towards the south. That has completely changed. It has to be changed, my friend, because we have to grow. We have to grow mentally and intellectually, okay? Because these are very enslaving people, my friend. They don't even care about us. what they want is the same, my friend. So you see a lot of Eritreans are dying one by one. All the bigger leaders, all the people, okay? Let me just give you some examples. Memrisium, Tasfagargas, all the people in Adria, all of them are dying out. Okay, all of them. The key symbols of our leaders that we grow up, okay, aspiring to be, all of them are dying. I don't think this is just an accident. Well, it could be like, they give up in life and everything, but all the big people that we know growing up in Adria, all of them are passing away, okay? I don't think it's just not without a reason, okay? So that's the reason why we have to open this idea that we have to use our brain, especially those of us around Adria, Berenet, everything in the southern of Eritrea, because we are close to the sea, okay? And we have to use our brain to be ourselves, my friend. We know that little lion cubs, we are grown up, superpower, very powerful guys, okay? So we have to take the mantle of leadership right in our hand, okay? So that's what we need. We have to know about all this Indonesian, Malaysia, China, India, my friend. We have to be on our own, okay? That's why I did all this research. So the fact that our farmlands, agricultural area are very fertile, very rich, it makes it very easy for us, like, simple plowing our land, everything then exported. Well, it's more than enough to consume for our economical agricultural, okay? But the surplus, because we are educated, my friend, okay, what do you expect? We are Europeans, we are Americans everywhere, okay? And we know, all the people in Indonesia, Malaysia, all these Pacific Ocean countries, these Solomon Islands, all this Papua Guinea, and all of them, they speak fluent English, my friend, okay? If we know English, means like, it makes our life easy. All these Jewish people, all this Zionism, all of them, my friend, they are making trade with all these Indonesians, Malaysians, okay? These Papua Guineas, my friend, okay? Whereas they want us to believe in this Agazianism, okay? Nation state. That's the idea of Mr. Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, that he gave to this Tasfatsen Berhe Eyob, okay? So they want to lock us, but they do trade with these people, okay? So we have to cut that off and be ourselves. Go right there, my friend. These Jewish people, or this everyone from anywhere from Europe, they don't have to come and grab us, hold us as slaves, and they do trade too far, okay? They get us locked into their non-religious values. Like, even King David was a homosexual. He had this, Jonathan was his boyfriend, okay? His girlfriend, okay? So they make us believe in all this nonsense, religious fanaticism, where we always think about that, and they do all the trades. They are very super powerful, and they go everywhere. So we have to go up, and I'll post you all the information about Libna Dingle, okay, King David in Ethiopia. Lalibela came to Jerusalem, okay? That was the time when they had this Crusaders and all this Muslim fighting, okay? So Lalibela came to Israel, Jerusalem. So he gave all the names of Ethiopia the same replica copy of Jerusalem, of Israel, okay? King David, he had a boyfriend, my friend. He had a girlfriend, okay? So King David, I'm talking King David in the Bible, okay? It's really big show, okay, my friend? I put you all the information, and they make us believe. So, okay, let me come to this story. Lalibela went to Judaism, to Israel. So he was a papagallo. He was a parrot. He was just kind of like, mimicking everything that they give him. They give him all the script. They put all this architecture of this Lalibela Gimp. Okay, everything. They gave him everything. So, okay, in fact, he was not the firstborn. His brother was firstborn. In Habesha land, everywhere in the nation, the firstborn is supposed to be the leader as a king of the nation. But these Israelis, my friend, they had more sinister idea, control of the whole Eritreans and Ethiopians. So, my friends, they just created that brainchild, okay? Dole guy, okay? So that's Lalibela, okay? The other, Libna Dingle, all of them, my friend, okay? And they, all these crusaders, the Europeans, my friend, all this, read about this Mr. Johnson, the Rosala, the prince of the Rosala, all these people just being locked to be killed from the Wini and from this Amnara Gaudam or somewhere. And all these ambassadors, they were just throwing them away, okay? Because they trap us into these religious fanatics, okay? So anyway, that's not the issue. I talk about this thing. We're talking about trade, my friend, okay? I did open the market for us to adventure and go to the Indian Ocean, okay? All this Indonesia, their population, which 40% of the world global trade happens to be around there, okay? They are the biggest source of trade for the whole fishery, seafood, the whole world, okay? And these are very developed in terms of manufacturing, service economy, like I put the case in Malaysia, Indonesia, all these nations, okay? And this is something that we never know before. And all this, they are aquaponics, like something that you can farm. You can create a new barrel and just do olive plants in your own yard, in your villa, in Bremen. After you have everything, like you go, you fishes and everything. So these people are more advanced than us, than our region, okay? And they're very smart, my friend, highly educated people and very creative. And I don't like this idea of us always going, looking to Tigray, to Ethiopia, or Romaland, Amhara. Okay? Because these are people, they go hungry mouths of 120 million population. They are always dreaming to grab you, kill him, or shoot you. They don't give you a gun so that you don't produce kids, okay, for future. They kill you. What they want is you see, my friend, okay? So we have to wake up, especially we, the Christians, we are we are the number one problems in Eritrea, not the Muslims, okay? The Muslims, so what the majority of them, they do trade in Ethiopia, everything, but the South a little bit shaky as well. But all this Tigray, everything, all of them, my friend, they wouldn't budge away from their land. They don't run away. They will just erect their own tent, okay? And put it on their camel. They will go from one place to the next, okay? But these people, they don't run away, my friend. They live in their own land and they bury in their own land. But we, the Christians, my friend, we are everywhere. We don't even know what we want, okay? God gave us the heaven country, vast geographical area, fertile land, sea, and we just keep going, running to the Brits and Abi and everything, to Oromia or to Addis Ababa or to Mekelle, my friend. I think we are the problem in Eritrea, okay? Anyway, that's not an issue. And because these people, my friend, they were following me all these years. For 30 years, you have all this, what they call this cannibalism. Cannibalism, like, these people, they call this kuru. What kuru is this, like a cripple leg. It's like this mad cow disease. It gets into your nervous system. And it's really freaking, my friend. So these are people cannibalism. You got some people in Latin America, in Peru, in Brazil, okay? So what these people do is, my friend, when their family members die, they eat their flesh and their bones, okay? So it's a belief system. They think that the soul of their deceased family member is going to be free after they eat their flesh and their bones, okay? And it gives them more empowering. This is cannibalism. That's their religion, my friend. And it was giving them a lot of problems with their legs, cripple, lame, and everything. Like, it's called kuru. Kuru ndabesha. Kuru. It's got positive connotation in Amharic, isn't it? Kuru. Kuru. But it means like cripple. You go, okay? That's kuru. It comes from cannibalism, okay? If you take it figuratively speaking, in our reality, our clan, our Eritrea, it's real, my friend. It's like they talk non-stop about martyrs, okay? This is figuratively, my friend, okay? So they kill the bigger famous leaders and they always leave speaking their name so that they can get alms. Because good name, my friend, they make money out of it, business. So figuratively speaking, it's cannibalism, okay? So they tell you always, so my friend, they kill you so that they can talk about you and they make money. This cannibalism exactly like these people, like this guru, my friend, okay? Sorry, about this kuru. This is a proper cannibalism, okay? Whole thing, the Eritrean, I think these people, the Swedish people, the Scandinavians must have trained them. Because all the Westerners, my friend, they study all these people in Australian anthropologists, surgeons. They did a lot of research on this, my friend. They must have equipped the APLF, the Eritrean leaders, what the whole philosophy and principle of all these people. So they were applying into the non-stop of all this, talk fake, martyrs. They martyr you, then they make money, name out of you. They put you in their spirit, that it makes them very powerful. That's what this Tesfaye Sabhat blind man, because I was just like, going with him, kind of because a lot of people have got sympathy for him, like, telling, like, he was a hero during the war. But this guy was a worst killer. He made my life for 30 years, my friend. He's got a family member called Balai Tesfaye. Someone he lives in King's Cross, St. Pancras, okay? Cripple guy. You can say he's a kuru. Okay? So I was going to this Archbishop Samra Primary School, Kennington Road, near my house, okay? It was a meeting. This charity donor retired all pensioners in England, in London, okay? So this Tesfaye Sabhat was taking me there, okay? There was a man, black man, from Papua Guinea. It's now I am realizing after I read what was going on. So there was another guy called Alan. He was homosexual, kind of like, so because he was always making sure he finds me on the road. He was kind of like flirty. Hey, how are you? Oh yes, kind of like, my friend. He's trying to hunt. Okay, he's flirty. He was amongst the people who were on the meeting. There's another old lady, retired, who used to be a principal of the primary school, Archbishop Seminary School. Okay, so this Tesfaye Sabhat was taking me there. So that, my friend, like, and on the road, his relatives, okay, people like a guy Eob, all this Eob Adogora, these people were following me like crazy everywhere, my friend. So they were trying to make money out of this cannibalism, kuru, my friend, okay? So Balai Tesfaye is a very close family relative of Tesfaye Sabhat, okay? He's a creepy leg. And because his sister, Gide, has got 2 children from my dad, Ermias and Rora, okay? So there was a song called Guramaile, okay? This guy called Ermias Kflezi was singing it somewhere from the Kamal, kind of like a big dwarfish. So in the song, it says Guramaile. Gura means like, bragging. Male means don't, okay? Don't brag, that's the song. But Antigrinia means a woman with a beautiful kind of teeth and smile, because she's got a really nice gum kind of thing, okay? So, knowing all this, a man from Papua Guinea, bringing that, there was a cannibalism, my friend. He was trying to eat me alive. So, one day he told me I have to declare myself as a disabled, okay? Can you see all this systematic, my friend? Little by little, for 30 years. 30 years, my friend. Now, I think I could have been dead and eat all my flesh and my bones, figuratively, okay? Then they claim, eaten. So it gets into their spirit, makes them very powerful, okay? Because this is Tesfaye Sabhat, my friend. I gave my daughter for his daughter to be her godmother, okay? Again, my friend, his daughter is Kuru. Her hand, her legs is a Kuru. Balai Tesfaye, his relative, is a Kuru. Kind of thing, okay? So this is my friend. There is some kind of genetic problem, disorder. So that's what Kuru is, genetic disorder, okay? This is a proper cannibalism, okay? And next time, I'll put all the information for you guys. If they, you got guy, what's his name? I would call it from Mandafara. These people, Barakat, like all this Tesfaye. Eob, Tesfaye is like, a cousin of Natsanet from Mandafara. These people are really smart, my friend. Mekonen Tesfaye married to Natsanet, and her uncle is called Tesfaye. Tesfaye Bere Eob is a Gazian. Can you believe how they link them? They eat you alive, man. This is cannibalism, man. This is proper cannibalism. Anyway, so because I'm trying to work so hard for us guys to smart, be very independent in our thinking, economical strategy, our region, okay? Because the whole idea is these people from Mandafara are a bit away from my village, whereas we are closer to the sea, okay? Right there. So these people want, my friend, they want to have cut me off, eat us all as a family, my kids, everything. Then that's cool, okay? Then they say, hey, we ate his flesh. His flesh means my kids, my friend. He ate his bonus, or bonus means all our family members. This was what was happening in that meeting, fortnightly meeting. All these charity organizers, donors in this Archbishop Samra primary school where this Faisal Hat was taking me fortnightly, okay? So he brought all this idea, a guy, opposition figure from Holland, okay? He's old man kind of thing. He told me to help him how to get a job, all that kind of stuff. And this this Papua Guinea, all this area, all this all this Java area and Indonesia, Malaysia, you go all that East Indian company of the Dutch company, okay? So the ambassador of Eritrea, Mr. Negasi Kasa, is from that area, which is close family member of the Sisters Fight of Heart, okay? So you can say they were just mercenary soldiers, my friend. These people were trying to kill me, getting money for the Dutch people, my friend. Hey, you Dutch people, my friend. I'm very smart, very intelligent, and very clever, highly educated, okay? So if you got enough money, especially the ladies, my friend, you employ me, I will be mercenaries for you, okay? So this is what they're doing, my friend. This is had really evilish guy, like, you know, they were hiring all these Europeans, the English people, the Dutch, everything. So this is where we are. Thanks to God, my friend. God saved me. Thank you very much, and you have a lovely evening. All right, bye.